Hey YouTube, Adam here again with more Space Engineers. I got there's up to about 40% fuel is enough to get it lifted off, get a pad built under it. I actually rearranged the way the ejectors work and all that stuff. So this is where the ship's going to live now. I'm still working on the little landing pad over there. I wanted to show you, I've been collecting some of the drone wreckage. I actually think I might salvage this drone and turn it into a some sort of salvage craft because it has those like outswept wings. I kind of like how it looks. And up here, very conveniently now, I'm going to build a little loading dock. We just walk from the hangar to the base when we come home. So that solves some issues, and we do loading from here for ammunition and stuff for the guns. There is another pirate base out there. I lost a rover. I was out roving, and my rover got destroyed by one of their drones when it came after me. I got away, but the rover did not. So we'll have to make an attack on that at some point. I have not salvaged all of the cargo from the other base yet because it has a ridiculous amount of... It's like 10,000 steel plates, like a lot of stuff that's going to take a long time to transfer over. I actually think I'm going to build sort of a little atmosphere cruiser, like a little Corvette. Something that has a decent amount of cargo space that runs only in the atmosphere, so I won't have to do all this hydrogen stuff that this ship has to deal with. And that way I can run around to the various places and do some salvage operations and stuff. I actually do need to get stuff out of this cargo bay. I think before there's a cargo thing on this part of the rover. I mean, not rover, you know what I mean. Drone thing. I need to deal with that at some point. But one of the things I've been working on, since we have all these little tiny pieces of scrap, is this is just in its like proof of concept stage right now. It's a little rover pit. I haven't ever built one of these. I think I'm going to end up putting some heavy armor around the sides of this, and probably building a specialized tender that has like the landing gear on the front, so it can kind of just shove it in there, and probably build like a little doorway that automatically closes on this. But I'm just kind of experimenting with it right now. It makes me a little nervous having it near the solar panels, but I had this empty space here, and it seemed like a reasonable place for it because there's piping nearby and stuff. So what we're going to do is going to grab this chunk of drone right here. And how do I want to grab it? I guess this with the front landing gear if I can. Because these little pieces, they take a long time. Now, I have seen these things in operation. I expect parts to go bouncing. That's why I think I'm going to have to put a hatch on it or something. Because I expect parts to go bouncing. It probably would be a good idea to have this with a sensor in it, so that it can detect when I put something in it, have a timer block that waits 10 seconds, closes a door, and then fires up. That might be how I actually have it operate in the future. But for now, I'm just messing around with it, getting it up and running. So, let's get into third person view here. This is plenty wide enough, so as long as I keep the craft about as wide as this, we won't have a problem. Get towards the back, drop it, and get the hell out. See, it flings it around a bit. That's why I'd kind of like to put a door on there. And when it gets oh man, parts really come flying off that. I'm a little worried. Gonna take out an eye here or something. Those small steel parts that take so long to grind is why I don't want to deal with all these things on my own. They're not even worth very much steel. It's more the engines and stuff that I'm after, because those are worth, you know, that all adds up. But I don't really want to accidentally grind my landing gear off here. I do have holographic projectors on all my ships now, and I plan on building like a little automated repair bay, but I have not done so yet. That's really funny. Man, it takes so long to grind that crap. Get back in there. Yeah, so definitely a little bit of work on perfecting the arrangement here. Man, those tiny... Are any of them going to go? Of course, then there's going to be some part flying off it record speed. I'm a little scared to get out. Oh, it sounds like it actually... Oh, God. Well, that was terrifying. Alright, so obviously a little bit of refinement is still needed for that, but it's coming along. I am going to align some heavy armor, probably like in a little triangle. But, I mean, yeah, even with this... Well, this seems to actually go faster for some reason. I mean, granted, that thing warmed it up for me, I guess, but... Just need to make sure they can't come flying out the door, I guess, and we'll be good to go. Well, that's enough of that. But I think I am going to start getting to work on building that Corvette over on this landing pad. So I need to clear this landing pad of debris. I also have been doing a little bit more work around the base. We go upstairs, we get the view of the ship. I have this little blast door arm that's supposed to help guide the ship. Imagine it's kind of like a real ship has the, you know, the bumpers that on the dock, so it kind of guides it in. I can slide it around pretty easy when it's on the ground with just gyroscopes and stuff, so I can kind of fine-tune the approach that way. And the hangar, the right-hand side, has been redeveloped. I kind of recessed everything and dropped these down. They used to be up in the air like that, and it was a big pain, so I just recessed these down. I was working on experimenting with a tiny little rover. This thing's not really working out, but I think I'm going to keep it as a shuttlecraft because I'm going to have a few more auxiliary ships, and it'd be nice to be able to just take something that doesn't have any cargo capacity or anything really, and use that to get around. This is where I'm going to end up putting my repair bay right here, and I've been working on getting this going. Of course, elevators are always a little dicey in this game, but you can see all the mechanism for that grinder pit is here. It's kind of the underbelly of my base. I like to leave all the tubes and stuff accessible. So if they get damaged and stuff, it's a little bit easier to work on. This goes out to where some of my turrets are and stuff. But I basically make little access tunnels all over the place when I'm doing this stuff so that I can get back in on the base. On the ships, obviously, there's room is a little more of a constraint. But this is under the hangar. Gets all the mechanisms that make everything work. And... trying to think of what else I want to do today. We should go scout out that pirate base, but that ship just has a beacon on it. I already checked it out. We did last episode, but my ship is still damaged. My fighter. I should probably get a 3D printer / repair bay set up down where I meant to do that, down in there, because that would make life a lot easier if I had 2 or 3 of these things and I was always fixing one up. Still all smoky and sad. What exactly is even damaged on it? The battery? No, not the battery. Just this thruster? Not that thruster. The hell is damaged on it? Something is definitely damaged, but I do not know what. This is why I need to have some retractable piston welders down there. I might get started on that. If I put that right under that repair bay, that's going to be like the doom clang central of my base, though. I wonder if we could fix that with the welder ship. Because it can weld inside at whatever's going on. Is the missile launcher? No. It's mysterious. Oh, well, so I'm going to get this ship fixed up, rearmed, and I think we'll go check out that other base. This thing I should probably just throw in the grinder, but I'm not going to. I'm going to finish making my little shuttle pod. Alright, so I've completed some more work on this ship. It is getting very near to being done. I really just have the rest of that stairwell and the bridge to build up there, and I'm going to put a med bay and stuff in that rear section, and the ship is more or less done. I'm adding thrusters, ion thrusters, so that when we're in space we will not use so much hydrogen. Adding a couple gun emplacements, and I actually redid the bottom part of this ship a little bit because I found a pretty cool mod in the workshop. We get rearward here. These corridors have been working out really nice, and as you can see, I'm repainting this ship a little bit more pleasant of a color rather than the bright red. But I put in a weapons locker. This actually has guns that we can use and some ammo, and that way when we go on a little away mission we can grab a gun if we need it, head down this little tube which has a built-in airlock, and there we go. So that extends down 2 whole blocks. Much better. So cut off the bottom deck of that and simplified the ramp setup. Need to add a light back, but send that back up on its way. It's pretty neat. I downloaded some retractable landing gear, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them on big ships or not. I'm going to have to think about it because I'm not sure. Landing gear is already an iffy enough proposal as it is. I'm looking for one of those special contacts because another project that I've been working on is getting this grinder pit finished here. So basically I put in these hangar doors. I can drop a ship down there. There's a little ramp. Close up these doors so the parts don't go flying out. They go at some ridiculous speeds when they're bouncing around in there. I've had them launch like over that hill, probably all the way back to almost where that civilian transport is. It's insane how far they go. And I installed a little control panel in this little mini control bridge thing. This controls the hangar and stuff, but I got this little control panel and observation deck going so we can see what's actually going on there. I'm not sure how much I can actually fit in there at once. I've been putting in probes and wreckage from some of the small ships. I'm gonna up the ante probably and try shoving a couple of pieces of wreckage in there at once at some point, but the opportunity has not arisen yet. Now another thing that has been bothering me is, as I mentioned, I lost a rover to drones somewhere out towards that drone base, the pirate base, which was pretty irritating because it had some a nice grinder and stuff, which isn't critical anymore. I have enough resources that stuff like that isn't that important, but I do want to go take that out because I need to take the Venture out on the ice in order to refuel it, because it only has about, I've been taking the small mining ship as it has ice from other mining I've been doing, mainly to get magnesium for weapons, and I've been taking that and dumping it off in the Venture, but it is going to take forever to refuel that way. It's at about 40% as it is, so we need to get that ship back out into the field. And my usual mining spot is close enough that I'm concerned that it's just going to be triggering the drone. So I want to go check out. I'm not sure we can take this drone out or not, but let's get our weapons ready here. Yeah, I'm not really sure if we can take the drone out or not. Actually, let's put weapons on safe. If it's the same kind of base as that other one, like there's a good chance we'll lose 1 or 2 of these ships in the process, but I'm sure we can do it. I could not get visual on the base. I do know it's in a big ice field because the rover got attacked when I was basically up at this ridge, and then I turned around and it got destroyed somewhere out here. I bailed on it and flew back to base with my jetpack where the main base's guns kind of wrecked a couple of the drones, but I don't want to be out here so close that the things just keep spawning is my concern. Now we do have one that just spawned, so get our auto guns turned on here. Now let's see if we can get visual. It is dark, unfortunately. Let's missiles armed. It looks like it's the same kind of base. So the antenna has to be the priority here. Unfortunately, I can't really do a strafing run very well on this base. Let's try to get a little bit of a zigzag going in here. It's gonna be hard to do because of reasons. I'm gonna try to do like a flyby and then turn. I don't know where that drone went. Why did my... Oh, because I wasn't looking at the right thing. I think I collided. Oh god. We're down. Hard landing. Cheese it. Well, the antenna got taken down. That's the important thing. I have a long way to get back to base without a ride, though. Oh, no, I don't. Well, that was somewhat successful, I suppose. I don't know what the status of the rest of the weapons back there are. My frame rate went to hell for a minute. It looks like it's calming down again now. That was something. Combat in this game is pretty fun. I wonder what survived of my wreckage over there. I mean, the main guns on that base are just going to be opening up on that thing forever. But looks like we'll have a future salvage mission. I'm going to have to get another one of those Raven... What did I name it? Yeah, Ravens. I'm going to have to get another one of those up and running to get out there and actually take out the remaining guns. I do still have this wreckage. I'm deciding what to do with this. I've restored the engines. I don't know. I thought about slapping a cockpit on it and using it as a... Because it would have decent lifting power and decent grabbing range because the engines are out of these outriggers. Use it to go pick up wreckage and so forth. But I got to think about that. I heard the sound for the friendly signal, I think, while we were out there fighting. But I think it was just... oh, there's another ship out there. Infinity? That's going to be close enough to get drone problems, though. Well, that's good to know, though. Come on, game. Oh, yeah, I always forget about the helmet. I want to show my little grinder. Well, we'll wait for a friendly signal to show up. I'll go get in the ship and wait. Actually, now that the antenna is down, we probably can go check out this civilian ship without danger. I just thought of that. I never saw the drone. I wonder what happened to him. There could still be a drone out here somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, let's go check out this ship. If we find anything interesting out here, well, that will be good. And maybe we'll get an opportunity to grind something with the grinding pit. So it seems like these encounters are very regular intervals here. My understanding is that the quality of the pirate bases, basically the higher level base you take down, or the more of them you take down, the greater the chances of better ones spawning in are. Well, we got an unknown signal, but it's a little bit far away from where we want to be, so I will not worry about that. I kind of like watching them come down, though. Parachute's pretty neat. But we're on a mission. It's too bad, kind of would rather just bring that ship back and fix it, the Raven that we were in. But I'm sure it got cut to shreds just being downed where it was. Alright, so what is the Infinity? Oh, that's kind of a neat ship. Simplistic. Oh god, it has a gun on it. What a bastard. Was not expecting a civilian ship to have a weapon on it. What is smoking up in the air? That must be where my engine got hit and the thing's just glitching out. I don't have a weapon with me. I wonder if we can get to the reactor and just turn it off. Do I even spawn? Yeah, I don't spawn with tools. Well, we do have this big grinder. Let's cut in this. Grinder not working. Grinder's been disabled. Great. Well, let's take the long flight back, I guess. Swing out of turret range because the ship will protect us here. And we'll go repair this thing. Actually, let's see if we can get a glimpse over here. We'll use this hill as cover. So we'll still be out of range of that. I need better... I've been thinking about building a Corvette. It would be nice to have better combat capabilities. Those fighters are neat, but fighters just like... It's hard to build a fighter that has good enough visibility to be useful to fly and actually somewhat survivable. I guess that's what decoys and stuff are for, but I never really... I mean, I tried to use as few parts as possible on that. I can see the wreckage of my ship. It might have despawned it. So lots of stuff looks like it's on fire. I think we took out one of its guns possibly too. But it probably still has the missile launcher. Which might not be a problem if we come in on the correct side. This is probably dumb. This is a friggin' worker bee, but... see if we can go get up close to it. I don't have anything to take out the interior turrets. I guess I do. I can just... Well, my grinder's offline. That's not true. I don't have anything to take anything off. I don't have a welder to repair this in the field. But it does look like the gun on the front's probably on fire. I'm assuming this is set up in the exact same way as the previous one I took out. Okay, that's a little more gunfire than I was expecting. Turn, you bastard. This is not a combat ship. I think it's one of the interior turrets shooting through a window that got taken out. Oh well, let's head back. We'll go park this thing and hopefully get an unknown signal near base that I can scrap. I feel like we're going really slow. No, I guess we're going at max speed. It just feels slow. Alright, well, let's inspect the damage, I guess. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's not that big of a deal. We have billions of parts. Light ships are cheap. And this thing has a projector on it. So if there are missing parts, I can just project it and use the welding ship to fix it. Although I still have not installed the weld. Okay, that's a problem. Missing a landing gear. Wasn't really expecting that. Well, I'm gonna fix this thing and then we'll go look for stuff to salvage. Oh man, the pirates are here. I thought I heard. The gun's shot at something. What'd you guys do? I don't see any flaming wreckage. Let's get up on the conning tower here. Looks like a new base spawned over there. But that's the old one. There's some wreckage over there, I think. What the hell happened out here? The guns are definitely pointing that away. That drone that spawned was out here somewhere still, I guess. Is that wreckage too? Sure is. Where are you, Mr. Drone? Where he got shot down? I do have the radar mod installed, but it's not. Oh, is that drone wreckage I see here? Oh, they kicked the crap out of you, didn't they? There's wreckage strewn from like a kilometer here. Think about putting some heavier guns up on the top deck of the thing, but yeah, I guess we can collect some stuff and put it in the grinder. I'm trying to see if there's a big chunk. I don't have a hydrogen bottle with me, so I can't really fly around a lot here. What kind of an angle did this thing even come in at? Alright, so I decided against keeping this this drone, so we're gonna go salvage this and return it to its constituent parts if we can get something this large to fit in the grinding bay. It's not really intended for this, we'll see. This is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I think what I'm gonna do is go put it down on the ground a little past the solar panels and stuff and try to wrestle it around the way I want to here, because the opening is only 4 blocks wide for the grinding bay. Now, I was out looking and no large piece of debris seems to have survived from that drone that just got shot down, so this is what we're going to be experimenting with here. Let's get an angle on this. I kind of wish it would right itself here. Let's see if we can kind of like nudge it. Yeah. Come on. Oh god, this thing does not have thrusters on the top, so gotta be careful about not getting flipped here. Find some sort of surface here. Alright, get a better angle. Alright, so we have a lock. I have no idea how I'm going to get this to fit in that port on there. We're just going to tip forward and hope for the best. Hopefully we don't jam the thing up. I'm not going to be able to shut the door, I don't think. This might be too big to fit. It'd be good to know what the limits are for this thing anyway, I suppose. I really hate grinding down small ships because it takes so long, for whatever reason, to grind down the individual panels, which, I mean, is good, because otherwise I'm sure they would be destroyed really easily, but it's just kind of a bit much. Okay, so we do have okay forward thrust on this, but that's about it. I think what we need to do is twist. This is never gonna work. I have to go cut the engine pods off and throw it all in separately, probably. Oh. Okay, some progress. Oh god, I'm gonna flip with it. Ugh. That's not gonna happen. Okay, it's sort of halfway in. That's something. And then we can probably lift up if we're careful here. Right, swing around here. Try to lift up on this far edge. Just kind of give it the nudge it needs. I might not even need to actually lock onto this. I might be better off not locking on and just... In fact, let's try that. Just give it the old bump here. Nope. Come on. No, you're too heavy. think if we can grab onto this thruster area here, it's gotta be, there we go, lock, and lift and twist. It's close. Again, I didn't really design this with something quite as large as this in mind. Just trying to keep an eye on my artificial horizon as well. Alright, it's wedged in pretty good. I think if I just get out and grind a couple of those blocks by hand, we'll probably have it. I'm not going to leave this parked here when we're doing the grinding because this is a bit much. Nice thing is I don't have to really worry about loose blocks. Is it touching the grinder yet? No, it's a little off. What are you stuck on now? Up here? Alright, well let's just do a little surgery here real quick. Are we grinding something we don't want to be? Why is that taking so long? It's grinding everything but the block I want it to grind. There we go. Alright, let's grab this other chunk here and throw that in as well. Usually these drones are not in such big pieces, so it hasn't been a problem. Alrighty. That's a lot of crap in there. Oh yeah, she's full. This should be exciting. I've never done this. I hope it doesn't just explode. That would make me sad. Just gonna leave this thing parked on this docking pad here. Alright, let's go fire her up, see what she's got. I will be installing some timers and lights and stuff, but for now you get the point. So close those hangers so nothing comes bouncing out. This is probably going to be very violent and loud. Now it's not so bad when it starts off because everything has quite a bit of mass still. But once those engines go and it's just these blocks, they just bounce like insane. It's going pretty well. Okay, this is where things might get a little more chaotic. Oh god. See, as they get lighter, they start bouncing around like crazy. I see like little bits of shrapnel. I assume that's just scrap metal. Glad that glass is bulletproof. Yeah, this is the silly part here. It's just gonna be tossing parts. I mean, I've seen it literally throw things like 2 kilometers. That's why I put the big door on to stop that, because it was just launching crap over the mountain. Well, not over the mountain, over the hill, but nearby hill. But it was bad. Well, anyway, I'm gonna let this wrap up. And thanks again, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna keep working on getting the venture finished, and we're gonna start building a scrap ship that's gonna go out with us on adventures and scrap some of these civilian ships and whatnot that we've been running into. What just spawned? Everything lagged. That usually means something spawned, but I don't see any drone warnings or anything, so I guess we're okay. Anyhow, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.